Previously, we learned that if I spin a coin, it has 50% or an even chance of showing heads, right? So that means if I spin a coin, let's say 10 times, 50% or half the times I should get a heads. And half of 10 is 5, yeah. Okay, wait, pause this video and quickly go and get a coin. Spin it 10 times and count the number of times you get heads. So according to our calculation, we should get heads 5 times. But that's not the case, is it? Like when I spinned it, I got heads 3 times. You might have also gotten a different answer. Why is it so? Have I been lying since the start of this unit? Or does that mean math itself is wrong? Well, of course not. Okay, so what we learned earlier was that we have some event and we calculate its probability by using the same formula we already know, which is the number of ways the required outcome can occur over all possible number of outcomes. But then what I asked you to do was actually perform the activity and then get the results. And the results came different than what we had predicted using the formula. To understand this better, let's take our favorite example of die. So as seen in the previous video, we found the probability of rolling a 3 to be 1 by 6 because 3 is one of the 6 sides in a die. So that means if I roll the die 6 times, it should land on 3 only once because 1 by 6 of 6 is 1. But again, if I actually randomly roll the die 6 times and count the number of times the die lands on 3, this is what I get. Interestingly, the die landed on the number 3 times. These probabilities are different, right? The first one, which we learned all this while with the formula, is called theoretical probability. As the name says, it's found using theory and not by actually performing the experiment in real life. However, when we try to find the probability by actually performing the activity or the event, it's called experimental probability. I'm sure you know what the word experiment means, right? You know, like scientists do experiments with all their chemicals. It's kind of like a test, and based on what you get, that's your results. But how do we calculate experimental probability in math? Well, it is simple. We know that probabilities are written as fractions. So this has to be written as fractions too. If you notice, the event of getting a 3 happened 3 out of 6 times. And as we know, 3 out of 6 can be written as 3 by 6. And there you go. Okay, so quickly, how did we find this probability? In the numerator for experimental probability, I will put the number of times the event occurred, and in the denominator, I will put the number of times I performed the entire experiment. The event of getting a 3 occurred 3 times, and I performed the entire experiment 6 times, thus giving us 3 by 6. Okay, so wait. A theoretical probability for rolling a 3 was 1 by 6 or around 16.67%. But our experimental probability is giving us 3 by 6, which is 50%. Well, what's wrong? Well, think about it for some time because we will give you the answer in the next video. Till then, keep on experimenting and finding probabilities of events around you.